What is up, guys? Welcome back here to another Call of Dragons content. My name is Shinchi42. In today's video, we are going to talk about top 3 big mistakes here that players make in Call of Dragons. Maybe you're still making this mistake, or you've made this mistake. Let us correct this, alright? So, if you guys want to subscribe to our channel, feel free to do so. We create regular Call of Dragons content. If you find this video to be helpful, please share it to everyone. It helps us out, and also smack that like. So, the number 1 mistake that players do is not understanding the hero's abilities in here. The range is very important, and also the type of damage that they do. So, for example, when we look into Lilia, this is a magic damage. When we look into Bakshi, this will be a physical damage. Alright, so how does this thing work? So, let's do a quick dispatch in here. Alright, I'm going to do this for the simplicity as we can do. We're going to use like Bakar. Alright, you guys can also do this testing. We'll put Bakar and then we'll put Valine in here. So Bakar is an infantry. Alright, so we're going to do infantry. And now as you can see, you have this thing called, you have this thing in here that is going to basically tells you, hey, it doesn't really work. But, you know, some of it works, but not all of it doesn't work. Alright, so let's go attack this level 21, this infantry patrol in here. So remember, these infantry, they are what? They are a physical damage unit, as you can see here. Now, the mages will be magic damage in here. As you can see here, this is magic attack. So, but if you're looking into the battle in here, as you're watching, you're going to be seeing like, oh, wow, I can see that Valine is actually casting skill here, which is pretty dope. I want you guys to pay attention in here. So, Bakar casts a skill. Boom, there is a damage. Valine casts a skill. Boom, there is no damage. So, why is that? But you're seeing the debuff works. Alright, the debuff is working. I gotta kill this. I gotta send another march in here to kill this one out. Alright. Now, the biggest issue in here is that when players make these combo, you know, they say, oh, it works, but they don't really look into the battle report. So I'm doing that job for you guys here today. So after I finish this battle in here, we're going to look into the battle report. All right, so when we look into the battle report in here, you can see Bakar and Valine. All right, so whenever Valine casts a skill, you're not going to see any damage. So this one, it'll be Bakar casting skill. You can see that Bakar used the Grey Claw Fury. Bakar deals hero skill damage, physical damage factor of 600. You can see that Darklings in here lost a unit. Now, whenever Valine casts a skill, alright, so Valine casts the Frozen Star in here, you do not see any loss of units. But it does work out to where it reduces its marching speed. Alright, so that's a key thing to understand in here. That you're not going to generate any damage if you are using a physical unit with a magic hero. And vice versa, if you're using a magic unit and with a physical hero, you're also not going to deal damage. You're only going to deal whatever buff that they provide. Alright, I've read your mind. You want to ask me about what if we look into Guanwin. Let's do a marksman in here. And then we do a Nika. Alright, if you were using mage, of course, it's not going to work. So, if you use marksman units in here, will it work? Well, this is the fun stuff about this. This will 100% work, but there's also a catch in here. Okay, if you do infantry in here, it will definitely work. Both skills will work. There's no restriction. But when you do a marksman, alright, let's launch a marksman in here. Now, this will not work for the skills of Nika. Nika's skills is a damage, right? And the health reduction. The health reduction will work, but the damage will not work if it is not in a close range melee. All right, so when we do a close range melee, how do you do that? So let's say this is an infantry, right? We're going to start attacking the infantry in here. The infantry will get closer, all right? And then, whenever it's reached, touches the heroes in here, you can see that there will be damage. Actually, let's move this guy out here for now. You can see that Nika cast skill. Boom. There is damage. The reason why is because it is at a close distance. Now, if I attack this in here, this archers, both of them at a distance, at a range, you're not going to see Nika's skill do any damage. So this is 100% very, very important to know, because as players make different types of combos, you need to understand that there is the distance, the attack range, and as well as the types of attack. If it's a physical or is it magic attack. So you cannot do the cross of heroes in here when you're doing the pairings. Now, there is a lot of players who would do like an infantry setup, right? They would do a Nika with let's say Bakshi. I've seen this combo, or Bakshi with Nika. This will work because both of them are near and both of them are physical damage. So keep that in mind. You need to pay attention of what they do. So for example, if you're thinking about Garwood, Garwood can technically work with any types of units in here, except Garwood will not be able to buff if you are using him in a magic setup to buff the magic unit or the mage, because this is going to be buffing infantry. But all of them will work except this one. Again, this is a physical damage dealt bonus. So you can actually technically use Garwood with Guanwin. All right, when you do Guanwin and Garwood, you can use it. You can get physical damage dealt bonus in here. So there's a lot of stuff in here that we can do for testing, but I've given you the blueprint in here to understand with the range and how skills will work for that one, and as well as the attack physical versus attack magical. Hopefully this part is very helpful. This is the biggest mistake that players do whenever they're doing combo if they don't look into the battle report. Now, another mistake that players do, which actually my brother gave me this idea. He is in server 43. His name is Shinyi43. I think he is in the alliance called Fals. I think it's called Fals, Fals. I think he's in Fals now. I don't know where he is right now. But you guys can look him up as well. He has a YouTube channel now. He created one. It's called Shinyi43, and also on TikTok as well. So show some love to my brother. He's older than me. All right. But he told me this. It's like, you can talk to the heroes in the city if they are not dispatched out. So, for example, you can see Valine right now, right here, right? Okay. I zoom out. I zoom in. Valine and Alistair is right here. All right. I don't like Alistair, so I'm going to be bringing out Alistair. So, let's do a dispatch in here. All right. I don't think you guys know this. If you guys knew it, hit thumbs up. Let me know. All right. Let's bring out Alistair. All right. Alistair is out. Where is Alistair? Alistair is gone. He is not there. All right. Okay. Let's do Valine. Oh, God. But let me talk to Valine quickly in here because I want to. Oh, sorry, Valine. I love you. Let's talk to Valine and let's do this. Now, if you guys do this, let me know. If you guys did not know, you just gotta hit that thumbs up if you guys did not know. And you gotta subscribe to my brother's channel as well. All right. Send him a message. Send him some love. All right. So let's finish. Oh, you can skip, by the way. All right. We got Valine. We'll give him some gift before I send him out in here. All right. There we go. So Valine is still here. He's right here, right? Valine. That's Valine. All right. Let's bring out Valine in here. Okay. Okay. Let me just put this instead. Valine, you're out. All right. There we go. Where's Valine? Valine is gone. It's because he is out on a mission. When the heroes are out in the quest, you will not find them in the city. And I don't know, really, I swear to God, I did not know this in the very beginning. I'm just like, where the heck are my heroes? How do I talk to some of my heroes? So whenever you dispatch them out, you will not find them here in the city. Hopefully that works out. See, look, as we sent Alistair back, he is here. He wants to talk to us again. All right, Alistair, I will speak to you because I love you. At least give me some tokens. All right, we can skip this as well. No tokens, no love from Alistair. And you look, Valine is back. All right, third mistake that people make, and I made this mistake as well because I did not know that there was not going to be a skill lock. Because I came from Rise of Kingdoms, we have skill lock. So this is a big mistake that players do in Call of Dragons, I think this is the huge mistake that players do, and they kind of suffer a little bit. But there is a corrective action to this once you go to Season 2. I'm going to explain everything in here. I get this question a lot as well. So, when you work on to your heroes here in Call of Dragons, right, you need to get your first skill maxed out first. Max out the first skill. This very, 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 very important. When you do that, you will get huge benefit because this is, what deals a lot of the damage or deals a lot of the buff. For example, for Garwood, you get a lot of healing in here, damage reduction as well. When you go for Craig, you get that skill damage factor. So max out the first skill. Before you open up the other skill, before you open up with your stars, max out the first skill. Now, I understand in the early stage of the game, let's say Season 1, you want to increase the star level because you cannot put a deputy, right? Or you want to increase so that you can get more skills to unlock. I understand that. Do your best to max out first skill. If, for instance, you cannot really do it, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. There are situations where you have to really just get it open so you can have a secondary hero, so you can do better in the battlefield. Don't cry about it because it is something that is, mistake that people do, and it's also something that can be fixed in the long term. Do your best to max out the first skill. But like I said, it's not so strict in this game compared to Rise of Kingdoms, because when you go to Season 2, everything is going to reset. Once everything resets, then work onto that skill right away before leveling it up to 20. Because once you level up to 20 and you got 3 stars already, it will automatically unlock that skill. All right? So if you start off the game, you work onto your heroes, do as much as possible, maybe get this up to 3, and then unlock everything, or at least 4. But if you can't get it to 5, it's not the end of the day. Again, I want to reiterate this because you're going to get stuck here in the game if you don't push the next skills as well. All right. Another thing that you can do is you can do a skill jumble in you can randomize a skill. You can do this. So, for example, let me give you an idea what I did here. For Garwood, I had 1, and this was 4, and this was like 1, I think. Oh, I opened up Garwood, and it was not really lucky. So what I did is I clicked retrain. I spent 800 gems. So, I got really lucky that I was able to get this to 5 eventually. I think it became 4, 2, 1 or something at some point. Then I was able to, upgrade the skill, and then it went to the revitalizing rune, and I got it 5. So it's not the end of the world. You can fix it. But I understand that in your commander, your main hero, that sometimes you have to open up just so you can get your deputy unlocked. So there is a special circumstances for those situation. But once you go progress further, once you go and work onto your other heroes, just keep in mind, first skill, very important. Work that out right away. For the gatherers, there is an exception. You can work onto the second skill right away. Working onto this right away, you can unlock it because you're mostly using this for gathering. Now, an exception that I want to say is in this. In this, I should say you definitely should use in this in the battlefield because it's providing healing. It's really good. Get the first skill max out, and as well as, of course, second skill. So for me, I have 3-5, but I'm hoping that I could have got the first skill max out first because I actually am using in this whenever I'm fighting Darklings. But I'm actually also going to start using in this in battle, in combat, because I want to get some healing so that my marches in the field can stay longer and can fight longer. In this is a hero that can make a huge difference, and it's like so underrated in my opinion, and you get it for free from the Dragon Trails. You get it for free here. All right, buy in this token here. So hopefully these 3 mistakes that players make, hopefully, you know what, I'm gonna say, I hope that you guys made them so that you can actually learn from it, because in the game, if you don't make mistakes, you don't learn. I made a lot of mistakes also, and I learned. Mistakes are not bad as long as you learn. Anyway, hopefully it's helpful, and maybe I could have prevented other players from making this mistake. By the way, join us on our Discord server as well. I would love to meet some of you guys, and let me know what you think about the video. If you have more mistakes that you have done here with the heroes, let me know. leave it down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching until the end. I appreciate it. Thank you again. See you next time.